Chris revealed the shocking truth about MrBeast.
Not only that, it was the hardest part for me was to have to watch him chain you into a basement every night.
Yeah.
And how MrBeast reacted to Chris Tyson's accusation, and what the close chat of the MrBeast team is saying about it. Chris Tyson was the most courageous member of the MrBeast team, so everyone was shocked when he publicly announced his transformation. Chris, are you willing to abandon your family for this? Think about your son. Despite fans' pleas, Chris divorced his wife Katie and started dating Finster, another person who went through a transformation. I captured separate footage of Finster and Chris together in public. On the podcast, Chris responded to all these rumors and publicly accused MrBeast.
The hardest part for you probably was whenever he paid you to start going on HRT.
He did. Not only that, it was the hardest part for me was to have to watch him chain you into a basement every night.
Yeah.
After that, many people started unsubscribing from MrBeast. Jimmy, I didn't expect you to make Chris undergo a transformation. Jimmy, you're a bad friend. I won't watch MrBeast videos anymore. Friends, if you love MrBeast videos and don't plan to unsubscribe, give a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications. Maybe tomorrow you'll receive 10,000 or another cool gift from MrBeast in the mail. And if you're ready to unsubscribe and stop watching, you don't have to do it. Let's see which group is bigger. There are rumors that MrBeast even reacted to Chris Tyson's accusations in the close chat of the MrBeast team. Chris, you're a real nightmare. My reputation suffers because of you. I asked you not to publicly comment on this situation. Jimmy, forgive me. Chris, you're no longer my friend. Jimmy, forgive me, it was just a joke. You see, it was just a joke, nothing more. Chris, you betrayed me. You had no right to appear on this podcast without my consent. I don't know the authenticity of this conversation, I leave it up to you. Although MrBeast's concern is understandable, Chris did behave a bit strangely on the podcast.
If the Carl effect will turn me gay,
Yeah.
But that's not all. Chris even... All of this can have a negative impact on the MrBeast brand empire, which Jimmy definitely doesn't want to lose. Chris, because of you, Jimmy will have problems. How ungrateful. MrBeast did so much for you and you betrayed him. Despite Chris being MrBeast's best friend, if Jimmy had to choose between Chris and the reputation of his brands, which he built over several years, it's unlikely that MrBeast would choose Chris. However, some people still blame MrBeast for everything. If it weren't for Jimmy, Chris would never have wanted to undergo a transformation. MrBeast is to blame for Chris becoming a woman. Chris even responded to this and said that it started much earlier.
but no, like as a kid, like I was trying out, my sister's clothes.
If that were true, Chris would have started his transformation a long time ago. Why did you get married then if you felt like a girl for so long? Friends, do you prefer the new Chris or the old one? How do you feel about his transformation? Write your thoughts in the comments. But most of all, many people are concerned about Chris' son's fate. You should prohibit Chris from interacting with Tucker. Your influence on Tucker won't end well, and all because of a photo of Tucker in heels that Chris posted. Many people didn't like it. Chris is forcing his son to be someone he might not want to be. Don't touch Tucker. To this, Chris accused the viewers of taking words out of context.
Funny, but people are taking it out of context.
Learn to take responsibility for your words. But the most interesting revelation is MrBeast's statement regarding the relationship between Carl and Chris.
Chris just fell in love with Carl.
But before I show you that, I want to remind you that several of my subscribers have gained millions of views on shorts that they created with just a few clicks from my videos. You can also gain millions of views in the same way. If it's not too much trouble, leave a link to this video in your comments. A few years ago, MrBeast predicted Chris Tyson's transformation during a live stream.
Chris just fell in love with Carl. And Chris was like, I don't want to film if Carl's not here.
You watching, Katie?
Due to the negative reaction from fans, Jimmy even had to delete that stream. Why did you bring Carl into the team? Chandler is the only one who survived. On the podcast, Chris confirmed the authenticity of that video.
Faked clip of him saying that.
And also stated that he no longer loves Carl.
I do not love you.
First Chris transformation, then MrBeast and Carl's transformation. If you didn't know, there are currently rumors that MrBeast has already started his transformation. I've already made a video about it and you can watch it. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications. Write in the comments what you think about this and watch my other videos about MrBeast in the meantime.